Ensuring that you have the correct purchasing entity and tenancy on the contract is critical. Where you are purchasing with more than one buyer, please advise in the questionnaire whether you intend to purchase the property as joint tenants or tenants in common, and, if so, in what proportions, as we will need to specify this on the transfer documentation. The effect of joint tenancy ownership is that on the death of one owner, their share in the land passes to the surviving joint tenants despite any provisions in a will. If you purchase as tenants in common, then on the death of a co-owner, the share in the property of that co-owner will pass in accordance with the will of that co-owner or in accordance with the laws of intestacy if the co-owner does not have a will. Joint tenants can at any time give a notice to their co-owners which severs their interest from the joint tenancy. A joint tenant who gives such a notice will then hold their share as a tenant in common with any other co-owners remaining as joint tenants between them, if more than one. A joint tenancy is not appropriate where parties wish to hold interests in the property in unequal shares. If you wish to hold the property other than equally, for example, a 99% and a 1% split or some other unequal percentage ownership for taxation or asset protection reasons, then you must hold the property as tenants in common. You will need to advise us of the percentage of ownership each owner is to have, as this needs to be set out on the property transfer. Any later change to increase the share of one owner and decrease the share of another will result in transfer duty being imposed. If you are purchasing the property for investment purposes and the contract has not yet been entered into, we recommend that you seek advice from an accountant or financial advisor on the best purchasing and borrowing entity for you, taking into consideration your financial circumstances and financial planning requirements. For example, whether to purchase or borrow as a company, an individual, a trustee, or another entity such as a self-managed superannuation fund. To consider tax implications and structuring, and land tax and other holding costs. If you enter into the contract in a capacity of trustee of a trust, you will still be personally liable under the contract for the performance of all obligations of the buyer unless provision is included in the contract to limit that liability. If you have any concerns about this issue, please contact us. If you require the name and number of an accountant or financial planner to assist you, please ask us or go to the referral portal in the membership portal on our website.